What's going on, Shay? What's up, Siobhan? I don't know what's going on with Tia and them. They literally just text the group. They text the group, but they ain't even got on yet. I don't understand. Literally text me, "Are you ready?" And then they ain't show up. I hope they're not checking on my page looking for me. Knowing them, that's probably what all of them doing. Like, Reds ain't started live yet. Yeah. Is this thing, they still there? They starting to make me feel like, yeah. They starting to make me feel like my screen was frozen. This is ridiculous. And I just text everybody like, what we doing? Golly, it took y'all that long after y'all knew y'all was getting on?
Nigga, we supposed to start at 8. We starting at 8:07. I've been on Instagram since like 7:50, so I don't want to hear all that.
You had the opportunity to start
Hey, nah.
it. Where's everybody else?
I don't know, bro.
I'm trying to why I can't never pinpoint the joint.
I think Keith just text you back.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's all you have to do. Just press it. You say you think he just texted me back?
I think did
It's yeah. Tell me what we on. We on Instagram.
I mean you gotta text him that back. He ain't gonna be able to hear you. He not on here.
And if I text him that back, it's gonna log out.
Hold
Want me
on.
to do it?
I do.
Road dogs having all types of issues. We haven't even done this in like some weeks. Lightweight. Movies been kind of fickle. We've been trying to come up with a good movie to whistle, a good movie to actually review. A couple of good movies coming out though, after a while though. Bro, I don't understand y'all tardiness.
What happened to Tioma?
He's right there. He probably got to come back now, cause he had to. Cause you evidently was too lazy to actually like check on Instagram
No, because
Y'all,
y'all always say, man, we doing a Facebook, we doing a this style and that style.
No, we're not. We're not doing it. Being though we're a little late, and I do got to be up early in the morning, we're gonna kick this right off. Thanks everybody for joining us. It's the Homeboys Conversation. Tonight we're going to review the movie Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings. Now, I'm gonna just go. These names are very difficult to pronounce. I'm trying my best to hold the show. we can all know all the people that's in this movie. What's that? Soon Lu is Shang-Chi. Akawi Finney is Katie. I don't know why they gave her a person. The movie is literally the beginning of a new chapter in the MCU. We're gonna keep this straight off. Rotten Tomato actually gave this movie a 92. Metacritical gave it a 71. But we're going to see what the homeboys give it. Off the top, the ratio. T, a must see for Marvel fan, or wait till it come on TV, or don't waste your time.
I say it's a must see for Marvel fans.
It's a must see for Marvel fan.
That's not fair. The must see for Marvel fans. Everybody watch Marvel films.
Because if you don't know because if they not real Marvel fans, they not really gonna know what's going on for real. So it's a must see for Marvel fans, but it's a must see in general. Shut up.
I like that. That's better. No, I like that. I like that one. I ditto what Tioma said.
They already say I talk in multiple perspectives and stuff. Yeah. You making it worse.
I was making sure.
I'm trying to.
That's all. I was just making sure. That's all, big homie.
So what you give it, Keys?
It's a must see movie. Period. If you like karate, magic, and all that shit, it's a must see. It's a good action movie, but definitely a must see for Marvel fans because it opened up the series for Phase 4. It don't really open up They don't start off the series with it, but it opened it up because Phase 4 already started with the sitcoms they already have already going on.
Okay, I'm with T. I feel like it's only a must see if you actually is a Marvel fan. If you're not, don't waste your time. I mean, I guess it wasn't a shock. It didn't give me like, ooh, this was just a great movie. I didn't feel that.
If you're not a Marvel fan and you just seen that out of all other Marvel films, that's totally different.
That's why it's just a must see for Marvel fans.
Yeah, because it's movies that you will see that you don't have to be a Marvel fan and you be like, oh my goodness. I know people who rush to see Black Panthers still think Black Panther was great. They still They still think Black Panther was great, yet they rushed and saw it, and they don't watch any other Marvel movie.
Tell them what you think, Reds, about Black Panther.
I think Black Panther was weak. I ain't gonna say trash. I feel like it was. I feel like they could have done better. That's just my opinion about Black Panther. Neither here nor there.
Whenever you say that, it hurt my soul, man. It's like if you see your Muslim brother dating a white woman.
That's so disrespectful.
Like off of that other don't be admitted by drinking your juice in the hood.
I did not like it. I did not. I thought it could have been better. I'm more so when I say it, I just feel like it could have been better. Oh, we should talk about Hurt Your Soul too? Siobhan, you don't watch no other Marvel movie. You don't watch no other Marvel movie.
Hey, Siobhan, when he say that, you know what his face turned into? If he did that little TikTok filter when you turn into the celebrity you look like, he looked like Samuel L. Jackson off the Django. That's who he turned into.
Shay, thanks for liking what's name. Shay ain't even watching. You telling me you like it so much, but you didn't even let your little brother watch it?
I'm trying to get him to watch it. He working on building his black resume up right now. I got him watching stuff now.
Okay, so the movie kicks off. The guy, is the Legend of the Ten Rings, is actually trying to bring you into the MCU, trying to bring out more characters now that most of these other guys done died down, and I guess, rightfully so. But how did y'all feel about how the movie kicks off with, him coming from centuries, trying to get to this mystical land where he ultimately met his wife? Me personally, I did not like that little scene. I don't know. I just thought it was a little too far-fetched, in my opinion, how him and his wife end up meeting, getting together, falling in love. But, Stacks, since you like it so much, I just want to know your opinion.
Nah, it was a good storyline because you know how the Chinese movies be. They always got some mystical stuff with them,
Mm-hmm.
ancient war history, ancient warlords, niggas, the dude that need more power. Now you already got all the
Oh,
power. What more power do you need, my
you
nigga? You got that champagne. You about to live
got
for 1,000
everything.
years and kill niggas. Like, come on, man. You about to become a ancient warlord to a mafia to a drug lord to another lord to another lord. One thing you gonna be the top of the head of the food chain, every black market type shit you on.
Mm-mm.
So I fuck with it.
I
That's you.
I
Go
agree with
ahead.
Keith. I mean, it was true to the Asian movie storyline. It gave me Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon
Yeah.
vibe. It gave me a
Yeah,
bunch of that on that scene right there.
and that's
Like
why
Um,
Ip Man, it
I
gave me
just
that Ip
started.
Man scene.
And that's what irked me about it because I just felt like, again, not enough. You really just fed into just the little
but what if
like falsehood of it. I don't know.
but what if
I
Asian
just
people? But what
huh?
if Asian people like to meet in the woods?
Might like to meet in the woods over a karate fight.
Yeah, because that's what seemed to happen in all
Well,
the movies, the
Yeah,
kung
people ain't
fu.
no wild man. Them people wasn't playing
this is
basketball.
MCU. Huh? You say that's a lie. This is the MCU. I just hate those type of like irregular like get-togethers that just seem like it's just far-fetched. I hate that. I need a little more. Like I'd have been happy because he was an ancient lord. I would have been happy had he literally got a prostitute pregnant. Like he had some
What?
slave chicks that he got pregnant. Like cause that I'm a lord. All these old, I got he ain't even in the whole joint. He lived for 1,000 years, and the only person he finally smashed is the chick that beat him up. Like like really?
She
Like come
earned
on,
it.
man.
She earned it.
I guess. Yeah. Okay. I just felt like it's just come on, man. Give us a little more. That's it. Think a little more out the box.
So,
That's all I'm saying. What you about to say?
but 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 you saying something about you rather him get a prostitute pregnant, but you talking about give us a little more. That storyline would have sucked.
That storyline would not have sucked. He was a warlord,
This nigga
and she
warlord, he
kicked
walk
him
into the
out
woods,
of.
meet the prostitute.
Yeah.
Nah,
She
you
did kick
wouldn't
him
you
out.
wouldn't have met her right there. You wouldn't have met her right there. After the chick beat him up and put him out, she'd have been one of the ones that fought him at the end. Like, nah. But to each his own. So, the movie goes on and it goes from front to back. It actually skips to the story of, the son, who the movie is really about. Man found out that the son wasn't doing nothing but living his best life for the past 10 years, him and his best friend Katie. And the movie really kicks off with some good action, I will say that. How could y'all like compare that first action scene on the bus? I was thinking about something else because y'all know in those movies where it seems like those action movies, they be about to fight and there's always the guy like, no, I can't fight, like, and then all of a sudden break out with something. But in this fight scene, he just started kicking butt. How did y'all feel about that first fighting scene on the bus?
Man, I
T.
love that. I love that first fight scene. That joint was sweet. Like he just like was crushing them. And the fat dude with the camera was funny as I don't know what. That's what made it even more funny because that's how people react in this day and age when a fight
Exactly.
break out. They grab that
Exactly.
camera.
They ain't gonna help at all. They ain't gonna help at all. Stats. How do you feel about that first fighting scene? Where'd you rate that at? That was a good part.
Yeah, nah, that was a hell of a fight scene, man. To open up, man, like she started doing him, man, on that shit. He started showing all that training he did years and years. I thought it was gonna be rusty though. You know how niggas been training after that you've been on the game 8 years and you supposed to like live. Nah, he went straight to work like that shit was like riding a bike.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, it
Can I say
was.
something though?
What's that?
They must really live in a safe area. Cause how you don't notice this 6'5", 6'6" dude sitting in the back of the bus. White dude with the trench coat on.
With the trench coat on in San
Francisco.
In San Francisco.
They got all
Yeah.
they all got fucking coats. So I would say, what's some of these niggas in the back? Everybody else wearing
Exactly.
See, that's us. That's us. Like that.
You won't catch me on the X2 in the summer and the busting niggas get on with coats.
Yeah, exactly.
Be like, hell
like,
nah.
Let me hold this short. Exactly. Okay. So after they snatched the pennant, which the father was actually looking for, they end up going viral because the dude, you know how they do this in age, he ended up going to Hong Kong or Japan or I don't know where they went at. And this is not really a question at this part to where just how easy for y'all to just buy tickets to Hong Kong that night. Hey, that's neither here nor there, but I just thought that part to be a little far-fetched. Oh yeah, I'm going too. Let's buy these $2,000 tickets to Hong Kong, but we parking cars for a living. Okay, whatever. When they get there, they enter the Fight Club. Now, me personally, when he got in there, and then I knew it was going to be a sister. I just assumed she wouldn't recognize him. Did anyone y'all get that type of like sense when they actually got into a fight? Because she just went hard. I just thought she didn't recognize him. Hey,
no, I knew.
Go ahead.
I knew it was going to be his sister too. When they walked in, I kind of had the vibe it was going to be his sister that he was going to end up fighting. But I thought it was like a plan. I thought it was gonna be like a plan, like she was just trying to get him in the ring so she could like talk to him or some shit. You know what I'm saying? To come up with a plan. She went all out and started whooping his ass.
Yeah, cause
Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. This nigga here, he just too much of a goddamn trick. You don't even like LeBron. Why you eat Taco Tuesday?
Everybody eats Taco Tuesday. I do like LeBron as a human. As a human being, he's a great human being.
How did you feel about that pod, Keys?
What was the question about?
About when they was in a fight club. Which was a nice fight club?
Hey man, I kind of knew she was like went rogue. Like I could tell, like because she was teaching herself how to fight, and then after that he left her. He said he would come back, and she probably said, "Man, I'm gonna just do everything on my own." It's probably went rogue. Said, "I'm gonna run my own shit." You know, that's a new era though. Female becoming the boss.
Yeah. Was y'all surprised to see the dude from Doctor Strange, Buddy, and they're fighting? Because he's like the goody two shoes, and to see him in some little betting ring using his powers to fight and work people for money, that don't seem like something that he would be into.
No, they both work it out. They both work. They both partnership on that. They go over their fights before they fight. That's why he told him, man, come on, we got practice on our next bout, so they know what's up.
Yeah, but y'all ain't feel like that was too far-fetched for the character that he been playing in all the other MCUs?
No, why?
Nah, because you gotta pay attention to him in the movies, because he be playing the goody two shoes, but he always say something slick when he talking to Doctor Strange about going to get something to drink or doing something he ain't supposed to be doing. He always end up doing something like that or saying something.
I always felt like he was a little, when I see him in there, I'm like, oh, come on, man. Of all the characters that you have up here robbing people for money, because that's basically what they're doing, robbing people for money, because they acting like the fight is fair when it's actually a fixed fight. So they robbing people for money. So I found that a little too, y'all starting to really just trying to find too much to like.
They don't get paid money to save the world. That's crazy, right?
Yeah,
but I think the dude gonna be like an important piece to the rest of the little saga or whatever. So that's why they used him, I think.
Definitely for the 10 rings, because he's all about knowledge and shit, and he's like, that's his thing.
Okay. So as it came on, he found out that sister let him know, look, this is my stuff, this is what I'm doing. Boom. He figured it out. Pops must have been trying to get us together since he, you know what I'm saying? And I think he's on his way. Of course, he comes, the fight scene kicks off. Now, I'm going to just be straight up, and this is just how I feel about the movie. I feel like that was the best fight scene of the whole movie. I feel like that fight right there with them in the fight club when his father and all them came, that probably was the best fight in the movie because I don't think it was that much more better action in the movie than that. But you know, I'm gonna leave it up to you, Stacks. That second fight scene in the Fight Club where him and his sister fighting his father goons. How do you feel about that?
Now that was a hell of a dope fight scene. Definitely fighting on that high in the air, and being that agile and strong and all that. That shit was dope. That was a dope ass fight scene though.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I can agree with that. I say that's the first best fight scene, and then the bus is the second one. Because when Shorty Jai like was about to fall, when she started falling, I literally was in my seat like, oh, it didn't, you know what I'm saying? So I agree with that. Yeah.
I don't know why I was expecting them to like run away. I think I was shocked on how it happened. But when the dude with the mask trained them came out, I really thought like, oh, they about to really get it on.
Yeah.
Like I thought
I thought
he was gonna whoop them. I thought it was like, oh yeah, they about to just get it on them two. And they kind of like, I think my problem with that part was the father kind of messed it up.
Fucking dad.
Yeah. I can say that too.
Yeah, because I feel like they should have let them two go at it a little more. Again, I feel like the MCU is like holding back. I feel like they're the Black Panther, and I feel like that with that fight scene, like this was the time to let them two go at it. You know what? Let me be honest. After Avengers 3, Infinity Wars, I've been biased to all
I know you
Marvel
have.
movies the same.
That's why I keep saying this. You sound like Charlie Brown mother.
After that movie, I've been real biased to the other movies. I apologize.
Let me say this to you, Red. This movie is a prelude into the next phase of the MCU. The movies you saw was another phase. This is another phase. So this is the prelude into that phase because you still got the Spider-Man movie that's coming out, which is going to be epic. Because think about this: whenever they do an MCU, whenever they do a movie, at the same time that the stuff we watching is going on, something else is supposed to be going on somewhere else. That's why whenever they bring out a new show or movie, they mention what happened in the other movie. It's like that's how they bring the timelines together and whatnot. So that's why it seems like that.
But I don't. Let me tell you this. Other than the last, what's the name of it? What's the one we were just talking about?
Endgame.
The Avengers. Other than Endgame, all the rest of them was amazing. That's the only Avenger joint that's the truth. You know how I feel. I feel that way about Black Panther. I feel that way about Endgame. I'm just saying, I feel that way. I don't know.
You hit his man, Keith, and you just sitting there stuffing your face. You're not even defending the MCU, bro.
Niggas on Taco Tuesday today, man. And the nigga burped in the goddamn mic. See what I'm saying? You got some disgusting friends, man.
No.
You be saying that like he ain't your friend.
He my nephew. It's a difference. He my
nephew. Just his buddy. You just his buddy, Keith. You my friend. You his buddy.
Yeah, that's our
nigga's a nephew.
They say, I said, when you go in that Red's about to go see my buddy. What the fuck?
Little nephew, man. That's nephew right there.
Nah.
Okay.
I tell you, Reds don't know what's going on in the MCU world, so I leave him as a feed.
Yeah, we're talking about a movie in order. See, y'all up there looking like y'all trying to look at the movie like y'all reading the comic book. I'm the type.
Like it. It's literally like
but give me the action that you gave me. Don't leave. I just feel like a lot of these movies, they didn't went away from the action-packed movies and they just give you a little I don't need a love story in the action movie. I really don't. And I think they're doing that too much.
I'm gonna say my famous line that I always tell you.
Hey, get ready for Thor and Thor and Thunder, love.
This was an origin story, Red.
There you go. Again. Another origin story. What y'all gonna say? Hold up. We didn't review.
We talked about the range from Iron Man. Don't you remember the first Iron Man and Iron Man 3? They used the not his name, the Mandarin, but they used the organization in the movies. But we found out who really was the Legend of the Ten Rings in this movie.
I remember, but I just felt. Did we talk about Spider-Man Far Away From Home? We did because that movie was equally some trash, and that wasn't an origin movie.
That movie
They
was not
stopped.
trash.
That movie was trash too. Far Away From Home. Far
This
Away From
man about to
Home.
make me lead this podcast, bro.
Man, fuck this. Them movies be trash, man. Them
Bro, what you
movies
want,
literally
bro?
be
What you
trash.
want? What you
I
want,
want an
bro?
action movie.
It be action.
Let me tell you
Listen,
this.
it's like a. It's hard to explain to you, man. It's like they
Yeah,
telling a
yeah,
story, man. They telling a story. There's gonna be
yeah,
climaxes,
evidently.
and then it's gonna digress a little bit. Then it's gonna be
Yeah,
another
so
climax, man.
it opened up
You
for
you type of nigga that didn't like to
opened
read
up
books.
Spider-Man
You
for
like to look
respect.
at coloring books with all the pictures. You was one of them kids. You just wanted the books with the pictures, no words and shit. God,
So disrespectful. You
you
see what I'm
killing me,
saying?
y'all.
With friends like that, who needs enemies, man? Okay, anyway. So now, the father catch him, take him back to his dungeon, and they actually, sounds like Rez is hard to please. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. No, in certain movies. In
But he
certain
like
movies, I
Suicide
like
Squad.
Suicide Squad was amazing. That was a good movie. So the first one, that was a good movie. Y'all tripping.
See what I'm saying? That shit was trash.
Suicide, y'all gone crazy. You talking about the second one or the first one?
I'm talking about the
Either
first one.
or.
The first one was not trash. Y'all,
It
you know
was.
what? I'm gonna really have to get Q on here because I'm starting to feel like it's an MCU versus DC fight.
It
Like,
is.
what's his name? And that's y'all problem, man. That's y'all
But
problem, man.
I like the Snyder cut of the Justice League. I like
Yeah.
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Oh.
I'm not biased. I just if
I
this shit
thought
something
Aquaman was
suck.
some trash, and I thought the Snyder Cut was some
Oh
trash.
my god.
We watched that movie. That was a 4-hour movie.
Yeah,
That was a 4-hour movie.
The Justice League movie was like that with all that extra stuff, boy.
No, the first Justice League movie was like that.
Man,
The first
no.
Justice League.
That was
they should
good. The
not-
second one was
nuh-uh.
better.
No, it was not. The second one was trash.
They gave us
The
origin
second one was
story,
4 hours.
they
They
gave
took
us
so much.
better
They took
fighting
good
scenes.
stuff out of
They
it.
just make
They
you
took
fucker
they
about it.
they took good stuff out of it. She just happened to be walking with a cup of coffee, and then Superman jump out. And she go, he's back! Like, come on, man. That's that.
You named that scene.
It's a whole bunch of scenes that was trash. Just like, hold up, let me say this. Somebody made a statement about that movie. They say it didn't matter which one came out. If you seen the second one first, you wouldn't have liked the first one. Like if they was to redone it and cut it and made it a 2-hour movie, you wouldn't have liked that one. But me personally, because the first one was out, had I not seen the first one, then maybe I would have said, yeah, that was a good movie. Since me seeing the first one, I was like, nah. That's just my opinion. That's just my
You
opinion.
entitled. That's your. You entitled to your wrong opinion.
Yeah, you hater. Anyway,
Wrong opinion.
so now when you see what he actually got the rings for, he basically said, these people are holding your mother, and it's a path through the forest to which this is the hidden forest where all the magical creatures at. Now, did y'all not find that again? No plot really or storyline because they end up going back showing how his mother died, and he actually seen his white body. But now the storyline is like, oh no, your grandparents got your mother, and they hiding behind a black wall, so I got to go back there and bring them out. Is that not just a terrible storyline after that?
No, her soul, like her spirit. It was her spirit that was back that they was holding
But
behind that wall.
But that's how I feel. Like you feel like you get a spirit. I get a spirit. I can bring her back to life. You know how that Chinese magic work, man. Chinese magic once again, man.
Those little things is what throw me off on a movie, and it makes it critical, as in like, this is stupid. Like, so she died and her soul went to. It was stupid. It was stupid. Now, when initially when he was saying it, I'm thinking she had disappeared or something. Then when they actually went back and showed that she just got her butt whooped by 30 dudes, which rightfully so.
She killed all of
Rightfully
them, though.
so.
Then she died.
She killed a lot of them. Yeah. Rightfully so. But to see that she was dead, and the storyline still was based off of you going to rescue her behind a magical wall, I just felt that was just like, come on, like
I get it though. That's the only person he ever really loved. She got killed. He felt guilty like it was because of him, kind of, sort of. So with his grief, them demons or whatever they was. Hey ladies, guess what they was called? Soul suckers. The soul suckers was behind the wall with the mega soul sucker, and they started calling to his spirit. And they was calling to. They used this grief and tricked them. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense. He got the 10 rings. They know that the 10 rings are the only thing that could have freed them. And he grieving. Let me go ahead and manipulate this man and take advantage and say his wife back here, like her soul back here, so he can come break her free.
Yeah, well, that's what happened.
You feel me now?
I couldn't. I just felt like it could have been. I seen her body. I literally see. I don't know. I guess I'm not into this old magical mystical arts when it comes to movies like
Now
this.
he know about Thanos and all that, so he knows magic is a thing.
And nobody haven't been brought back. This ain't DC. Nobody haven't been brought back.
They did
Well,
bring people back. They brought all humanity back.
Yeah, flat and
When the Hulk when Tony Stark, he died. Tony Stark died for this, Red. Don't disrespect his death like that.
Yeah.
Tony Stark's died for
Iron Man.
bring back souls. Yeah, he didn't bring back souls though. He brought back actual people.
Hulk
That's true.
It wasn't
That's
but it wasn't. He didn't bring back souls. He brought back actual people. He didn't. Yeah. So it's a different thing, huh?
It's still part of the magic world though. Like Infinity Stones had their own power, so he assumed that.
Hey Keith, we gonna jump this nigga. Keith, don't worry about it.
He feel like.
I'm just saying.
I hope he can't hear me. I hope he's talking low enough.
Okay.
Put your ear to the camera, Keith.
He can't.
Put your ear to the camera.
I got my headphones in.
We gonna jump this nigga, bro. We gonna jump this nigga.
Okay. Now all of a sudden they're in the dungeon. They gotta find a way. He put him down there. Just so happens they got the Mandarin down there. Now, okay, here we go with the storyline again. How did he tie up into that? What was y'all? And y'all just felt like the Mandarin, the Mandarin, supposed to be tied up in the basement, playing with a goddamn puppy that nobody else could talk to in the dungeon, and y'all see nothing wrong with that. Is that what y'all telling me? He's with a no-face flying Muppet, and y'all don't see nothing wrong with that storyline. Is what you're saying? Go ahead.
It's Chinese, once again, a Chinese magical land creature from Shang-Chi mom. Where's she from?
That was just bad. That's bad writing. That's bad. That was just a bad scene on the movie. I just thought.
Not necessarily. I'm not about to keep explaining all this to you, Red.
You don't believe it?
That part? So y'all believe in that? Even that part is like normal for a month. Hold up. Let's even get into the MCU of Avengers and all that. How many MCUs did they have flying stuff like this? Like
once again, I said you don't like Chinese magic stories or creatures. You just don't like Asian people. Just say it.
No, don't do that. You about to get me like you know they got an Asian hate law. Don't do that. Don't do that. I have nothing against Asians. I have nothing against Asians.
Been about God in the Bible. Been about devils. Been about white people. Black people. Now when the Asians bring their story
Speaking
out,
of black people.
Go ahead.
Speaking of black people, Keys, it wasn't no black people in this damn movie.
Oh no!
I'm kind of offended by that because when we have a movie, when we have our own movie, we still put a white person in our movie. Yeah. Black Panther still had a white dude in the movie. Yeah, every time we do something, we gotta add somebody in there to please everybody. But other race could have a whole white movie, a whole Spanish movie, a whole Asian movie. We always gotta add somebody to our stuff.
Yeah. That whole Asian movie, it wasn't nothing but Asians in this movie.
It was.
Yeah. Nothing but old age. Look at your brother. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Now they get in there. He actually make it through to this magical world. The magical world. The little duck thingy, whatever the little duck thingy
Y'all
is.
gotta see what Red's talking about. I swear y'all
Little
do.
duck thingy with the wings. Help them get through the forest and actually meet their aunt, meet their grandparents, meet all their family members. They actually trained to fight his father and his father army. His father makes it through there because of the golden eyes, which is cool. He get there, they have a huge fight scene, which I still think was his father goes to break out the dragon. He goes in the water, another dragon. Is it just me, or is that just too stereotypical to have dragons and flying snakes in an Asian movie?
It looked like an episode. It looked like an episode of Pokemon. I'm sorry, Asian people. I'm not being racist.
Yes, he is. You know they lock you up with it.
No Asian hate. No Asian hate.
No Asian hate. Yeah, because it was too stereotypical. That's not an MCU. You literally that was literally racist.
But that's part of their culture, though, Reg. The dragons, it represents like stuff in their culture, so that's not stereotypical.
That's stereotypical.
That's celebrating their culture.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That was key. That was stereotypical to have a dragon and a flying snake dragon, and the whole thing was about a soul sucking dragon, and the other dragon got the biggest soul to get sucked. And if he sucked that soul, if he sucked the soul of the bigger dragon, he destroyed the whole world. Like that is racist.
A lot of y'all ladies can relate to that, can't you? You soul sucking.
That's torture, you disrespectful. But that was so prejudiced. I just feel like they was right on the line of all the stereotypical stuff that we put in Asian. Our minds were Asian, and I thought it was just like it had no real like thought pattern. Like I just feel like the movie didn't think outside the box at all.
Did you see what Siobhan wrote?
Well, too much
sucking.
That's if you'd have seen the movie, you will understand what we talking about.
Well, Reg, it's not our problem because guess what? We wasn't in the movie, so let the Asian people deal with all that because it ain't our problem.
Okay.
They dealt with it.
They did. Okay, but let me ask y'all this. I ain't really had too many questions on this. It was more of a comparison to the MCU and how they actually, put it together. How do y'all feel with this being, I guess, the next chapter of the MCU? Shang-Chi, Tim, I guess he's in the next chapter. I don't know what the chick Katie got to do with it, but I guess he's one of the new that's coming out for the next chapter. How did y'all feel about his character and all to I guess replace people like Iron Man? I don't think he's gonna replace the Hulk. I think just Iron Man.
Replacing nobody. It's no replacement. It's an add-on. It's an add-on to new Avengers. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta build your team. If you already got a team together, you just gotta add more attributes to your team. So they added a new player to the game. He got a whole new weaponry. His weapon, we know his weapon is God made. So his weapon keep him alive for a long time. And that's one of the most powerful weapons in the MCU universe.
Is this something that was in the comic books? I wasn't a huge Marvel fan, so I'm just wondering. Is he somebody from the comics?
Yeah, definitely. But in the comic books, he was actually raised up to be an assassin, and he was an assassin at first. And then, you know what I'm saying, that's when he turned good. He was bad at first, then turned good. But in the movie, they made him train as an assassin to kill. He did his kill, and then after that, he became good. So, they switched it up.
Yeah. The movies always do it worse than what it was. And again, like I said, I guess this wasn't a good one for me. I'm sorry, fellas, but I just feel like Marvel don't do a real good job. That's just my opinion.
You feel like what?
Marvel don't do a good job on a lot of these movies. I really don't. I really, if I can really look back, I would say out of the three Iron Mans, the third one was the best. The second one was okay. The first one was trash. Out of the Avengers, now the four Avengers, the first three was great. The last one, trash. Black Panther, trash. Hold up. Let's look at Captain America. Winter Soldier and Civil War. I guess you could get them too good. The first one, we all know the first one was trash.
But Captain America,
we all know, yeah.
That's the only one that was trash.
Yeah. Captain America.
No, that's the only movie that was trash.
What?
And the Hulk, and Incredible Hulks, they all was trash.
The Incredible Hulk?
That's on your movie.
What's that?
Suicide Squad, trash.
Great.
Suicide Squad 2, definitely trash.
Okay. I get it.
Wonder Woman.
We like. Hold up. The first Wonder Woman was good. The second one, I get at trash.
The first Wonder Woman could have been better.
Now you've been a hater. You're just been a hater.
It could have been way better.
No.
That fucking Wonder Woman could have been way better.
Hold up. Superman, the Superman that came out before the what's name was a great movie. Yeah, Man of Steel.
Man of Steel was good.
Yeah, Man of Steel was great. Yeah.
So these the movies.
Batman versus Superman?
That was trash.
I liked it. I like Batman vs Superman.
That was trash.
Batman vs Superman was good. They're good. All the MCU movies, except for the first Captain America, was great. But Batman vs Superman was good. Aquaman was good. Justice League Snyder Cut was good. Justice League, the regular cut was good.
Maybe I'm just more critical on movies than y'all because y'all say these movies were good. I do not feel like these movies. These are movies
let me say
I
this,
don't go see twice.
You know why you like DC movies? They don't have no fucking storylines, no history to them. Look, Marvel. No, look, with the Marvel movies, you don't like them because you really gotta pay attention and listen to everything because they all tie into something. Them DC movies don't tie into shit for real. They just random movies like you like.
I like the first. I thought the first Iron Man was okay. It just being the first like one of those films that's coming out. Again, 1, 2, 3 Avengers. I can watch them over and over. I had an ex that used to be like, "How could you watch the same movie again?" I could watch them over and over. The Thors. The second one, the first
man,
one
read one of your cards, man. Let's do some promos. You ain't about to keep trashing the motherfucking MCU. We ain't about to do that.
I ain't got the cards in the house. You got the card. You got the cards. I ain't got them in the house.
Yeah, read one of the motherfucking cards. Let's vote on the movie first, then I'm going to read one of these motherfucking cards. We got 2 minutes.
Okay, we got 2 minutes. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good was the action in the movie? Keith.
10. I like that acting. It was very funny. Comic, everybody played their part. Assassins to Shang-Chi to.
Oh, you said acting.
I like.
No, I said action. I said action.
Action.
Oh, the action. Oh, the action was a 10.
Yeah.
I like the action.
The action was okay.
Yeah, it was definitely.
Yeah. T.
I'm gonna get an action to 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
I get an action like a 7.
To be better. Yeah, opportunity to be better.
Yeah. On the scale of 1 to 10, how predictable was the movie? 10 being real predictable, 1 being not so predictable.
I'm gonna give it a 3. It wasn't that predictable.
Yeah, I was about to say 2 or 3 too.
Yeah, it's somewhere. It wasn't that predictable. I didn't know what the heck was going on at first. Yeah, I honestly thought it was something totally different. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good was the acting?
My bad.
How good did they act their part?
Everybody played their part. I like it. 10. I like it.
Okay. T.
I give it a 10. Everybody played their part. It ain't hard to be Asian if you Asian.
That's so racist. But you're right. It ain't. That's true. So I give it a 10. They played their part. Now, last but not least, again, Rotten Tomato gave this movie 92. Metacritical gave it a 71. Let's see what the homeboys give it. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good was the movie T?
I give it an 8.
8. Keys.
12 to make up for his 8.
A 12.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give it a 2. That's gonna balance it all the way out. So I'm gonna take away points regardless. I you know, like I said, it's not a must watch. I wouldn't go because I would not. His and I'm really just being facetious when it comes to that. No, I give it like a half, but I would not. If somebody was like, hey, you know, I want to go see this movie, I would not want to go see it again. And it's not a dislike, like, it's just like, it didn't make me want to go see it again. Now, even though I talk trash about, what's that called, the Endgame, I actually watched the Endgame about 3 times to see would it get better. It didn't. Like, I actually watched the Black Panther about 3-4 times to see would it get better. And I think, because I remember the first time I watched it, it was like in a real dark situation. So yeah. So basically, basically our critique of the movie Shang-Chi based off the homeboys, we still give it a low rating. Based off Keys and T, they feel like it's a must see. You can go see it. Based off me, I still feel like, hey, if you got kids and you like MCU, take it. But, before we get off here, we always got to do something for the fans. We got the Dating 101 cards doing a promo. Yeah, get your Dating 1 cards. Like, don't literally go to the page, the Dating 101 cards, man. Actually help you out when you're going on a date. I know a lot of y'all dating out there. It'll actually help y'all, when y'all get on y'all date, man, to have I'm trying to pin it. I don't know why.
Siobhan did.
No, I can pin it now. Yeah, go get y'all Dating 101 cards. They're real good cards. We're actually going to ask one of the questions out the Dating 101 card. Just for, if you date night, if you're in a relationship or if you just meet somebody. We're going to let T ask the questions. He actually got the cards, All
right. So the question is, what would you be missing or gaining if you get into a relationship? Y'all be careful with these answers. Y'all be careful.
Keys, what would you be missing or gaining if you were to get into a relationship? These are just fun questions, everybody. Do not take this out of context. Do not say, oh, he's talking about me or that person. No, we're not talking about anybody in particular. We're just talking, having a fun night of a game card. You got to get all this out.
That's like I agree.
Yeah, what you say?
Are you gonna mess with your freedom? It's like we not a relationship. You mess your freedom, just do whatever you want to do. Y'all got to report you. Y'all gotta call you or text you. Go mess all that shit. Like, just do you. When you in a relationship, you gain a lot though. You know what I'm saying? You gain like
you do.
Like you gain a lot.
Yeah, you gain a lot.
Tell us, please tell us.
Everything changed, and like now you got that one person that you need. Depend on you, make shit easier and everything flows easier. So you know what I'm saying. If you want to live a wild style when you were young, you good, to be honest. So y'all young niggas like 20, 21, man, live your life. Don't go in there and the game.
Hey. T, what would you be gaining? What would you be losing?
If I get in a relationship, I feel like it's gonna sound weird too. I feel like I'd be losing security. Okay? And the reason I say that because I feel like if I get in a relationship, I'm just gonna be worried about when the person's gonna leave me. So I'm not gonna feel it safe. Because I'm so used to people leaving or not working out. So I feel like if I get in one, I'm gonna be losing that. I'm gonna be losing the security and gaining that fear.
Gaining the fear. Okay, so what would you owe? You be losing security and gaining fear if you get in a relationship?
Yeah.
Yours is a negative. Like,
Listen.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Reg. You go.
Now Joe go now.
I'm slapping. I see. I think it's like everybody else. I think freedom when you get into a relationship. You know, when you single, basically you got the freedom to do what you want, feel how you feel. You ain't got to worry about nobody's feelings. You know, it's like, hey, I'm single. At the same time, I remember being in both situations. I remember like being in a situation where like, dang, sometimes you do want company. And I remember being in a situation of being single and trying to call a couple of people, yeah, hey, how you doing, Shawty? And everybody was hitting me with the, yeah, you're so last minute, like, you know, because I was single, I was hitting random chick. And it was like, I got plans. And I know, you know, when you're in a relationship, your girl gonna make sure, oh, you ain't got nothing to do. Oh, you can come hang out with me. So, you know, you're gonna gain that certain security also. Like, you know, I got somebody there for me. You know.
Yeah, I guess it really depends on what you've been through and your experiences with relationships and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know
I think for the most part. Yeah.
That was a good call right there.
You want to ask another one? We got about 5 more minutes before
I gotta open the whole. I done put the pack back up all nice.
I was just saying. I just feel like we'll do 2 before the time because Keys got a deck. Oh, Keys got his deck. You know, my man Keys got his deck.
You got one,
yeah, Keys got one, man. Keys got his deck, man. Show the card.
What the fuck? Why would I pull this shit?
What it say?
What were you lacking in your previous relationship?
Show the card. Let me see the card. I want them all.
Can y'all see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
What were you lacking in your I was lacking willingness to give time, I guess you could say. If you want to say
what was you not getting in your previous relationship? What did you feel like? What was you lacking? What was you not getting in your previous relationship?
What wasn't the other person giving me?
Yeah, it wasn't giving you that you felt like you needed more of.
A little space. I like to be able to move a little bit.
Yeah.
Can I ask this? Why women always do this? If a dude say a little bit, just you know, let me like just a little bit. Y'all wanna so you need space and you wanna like not talk to a nigga for like a week or 2. Like what the fuck is that? I mean, just give me a couple hours and let me contact you. You ain't gotta contact me every hour.
They don't understand that method. I think with me, my last relationship, I dated somebody that I wish I'd had these dating cards, is basically what I'm saying. We ain't had no conversation. It was like, it started to be like one of those bored things, like you on the phone, you can watch a whole TV show and y'all don't say nothing. So I think just somebody that's a better communicator and that can actually hold a conversation. I need, like, you got to be able to hold a conversation with me, and I was lacking that with like the last woman I dated. Keys?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like communication, no conversation, peace, some space, you know, just like, just dead. Like, all right, just dead. Like, get the fuck over. You gonna be there by yourself.
Yeah, go out with your friends or something a little bit.
Yeah. Have some business. Have some other business. Like, so that's, you know. Yeah. So anybody, man, y'all in there, I see y'all see the comments. You know, dating 101 card game, man. Real good card game. Hit the link, go to the page, order y'all a deck. They'll be there tomorrow, the next day, or the next day. Like, there's good cards to get. Man, thanks for y'all to tune in to the Homeboys Conversation. We're going to have another movie for y'all next week. We're going to post it, you know, sooner than, we're going to post it before Monday since we doing this on Tuesday. So we're going to try to post it this weekend. Hopefully Ayo can be with us next week, man. He got to work, man. But, man, glad that all the other 2 homeboys can be on there, man. We thank y'all. We catch y'all next time. Peace.
All right, peace, y'all.